Sekou Kaalund, welcome to the show.
Thank you. It's great to be here.
Talk to me about the name. Where does your name come from?
Okay, so Sekou, many people probably don't know this. I'm from North Carolina. So it's the third most common Southern name. You got Billy Bob, Jimmy Lee, and Sekou. No, okay, maybe not. So Sekou is West African. So Sekou Touré was the first president of the independent Guinea. So our parents gave us all names with meaning. So it means warrior, and my middle name means wisdom. So I'm a wise warrior. I use wisdom to fight for the things I want.
How did you get into finance? I mean, was anyone in the family in finance, or are you really the first member of the family to kind of explore this world?
I'm disappointed you haven't heard about the famous Kaalund dynasty of bankers dating back to the 1500s. Man, did you not do your research? No one was in banking at all. And so for me, it was a pivot in graduate school where I won this business commentary competition sponsored by the Executive Leadership Council. And that's really the most senior African Americans in corporations. And that experience really provided me some insight and counsel on how I can move into financial services and really achieve some of the goals that I had set forth, in terms of making impact.
What is Advancing Black Pathways, and why should they care?
So Advancing Black Pathways is an initiative we launched at JPMorgan Chase to focus on strengthening the economic foundation of the Black community. And we're doing that by harnessing our philanthropic and business resources to accelerate growth across three areas: education, careers, and wealth creation. And these three areas are intertwined, and that's why we're focused on them, but really driving results, hiring 4,000 Black students at JPMorgan over 5 years, providing capital and content and resources for business, providing financial health and insights for Black families, individual students. So it's really anchored on how you could begin to close the racial wealth gap. And why it's great for everybody: the more we have inclusive growth in this country, it means we have more vibrant communities, stronger businesses, and we create more businesses, which means more jobs, a stronger tax base. And so really our destinies are interconnected. And so the more we create these inclusive growth opportunities, we will really thrive more as a nation.
Well, what are you most proud of? I mean, you and I both know that starting something new is never easy. So now as you look back a couple years in, what are you most proud of?
And so I'm proud to see whether it's our hardship fund that we launched that helps students, college students even get home from COVID and stay in school, whether it was the fact that we made 40% progress on our goal to hire 4,000 Black students, so well ahead of schedule, whether it was that we created financial health for colleges like Howard University as part of freshman orientation, and ultimately what we've done around the Black community in terms of financial health and really creating this dialogue and touching over 500,000 people to really be anchored and centered on the importance of financial health, especially in these times.
For those who aren't close to Black businesses, are there distinctive challenges that you see that they are facing? And number one, and number two, are there really interesting insights that you would offer up to Black entrepreneurs who are trying to make their way forward?
Black businesses do face the challenges, whether it's access to capital. We did some research through our Chase Institute and found out that Black and brown businesses actually only had 2 to 3 weeks of cash on hand versus white businesses having months. So if you think about like COVID and the pandemic, why then you have a headset as to why we've lost nearly 500,000 Black businesses. I would encourage Black business owners to know that there are resources available. Say, understand like even capital, right? Beyond just loans, like understand the use of capital. When do you need a line of credit card, equity, debt? And so I think the more people take advantage of resources, then it enables these Black businesses to not only, what I hope, survive, revive, and ultimately thrive after COVID.
What else would you like people to know about this question of strengthening the economic foundation of the Black community?
It's what has happened, structurally, whether it was government policy, actual law, lending, housing policy. There have been a multitude of factors that have created or really precluded large groups of people from partaking in the economic opportunities in a full way in this country. And so what we're trying to do is, again, not make a pie smaller, but really strengthen our economy and strengthen our communities by providing more opportunities. Because I like to say this, that it's talent that is created equally, but opportunity is not. So if we can get more talent the opportunity to pursue their dreams, it will strengthen our communities and really create, in my mind, this inclusive growth for everyone.
Well, as one Black entrepreneur and business owner, I have to say I appreciate what you're saying. I relate to a lot of it. Sekou, thank you again for joining me. I really appreciate it.
Thank you for even giving me this opportunity and platform to talk about how we can do more together as a country, and as a people.
Hey, tune into the Carlos Watson Show. It's like no other. You're going to enjoy it every weekday on YouTube.